I think that we can start with a recap very quickly. Welcome, everyone. It's good to have you back on the mentorship class today. And as always, we'll begin with our catch up session, which is basically like a recap of last month. And we began the series Business 101. So, for this recap, what I would do for the recap, which the team is not expecting, is that 2 or 3 of the team members came to me to say that they were strongly impacted by last month's class and they made serious decisions based on last month's class. So I will call both of them. They'll come and sit down and tell us the impact. Jennifer knows she's one of them already. Yes. And then Ire. Did Abigail talk to me about it also? I can't remember if Abigail did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, feeling your spirit.
I think you understand.
Yeah, but I know that Jennifer sent me a love letter, a long love letter about the impact of last class to her. And then Ire also sent me another love letter too. And Ire also began taking some actions. And actually, both of them began taking some strong actions. So I will allow them to come and share their stories for 5 minutes. So let's start with Ire. Ire, Oya, come with your Pan-African shirt. I'm sure you can see Ire.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so what happened, Ire? You told me that some things happened after the last class.
Yes. So during the class, I was seriously writing because it was as if the class was basically for just me, and I had to take a lot of things down. So I do chops, but never have I ever been under anybody for mentorship or for learning, like to learn under somebody. Actually had the skill from YouTube. Then the olden days catering where my mom used to do that, I had to learn from her and stuff. But this present day zone, I don't have much idea about it apart from watching from YouTube and rest of it. So after the class, I made the decision that if I keep on postponing, I will never have time for it. So I started to enroll in a class, and due to my job, I can't go to class during the week. So I have to go during weekends. So that's one of the major steps.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ire. So yeah, so basically Ire does small what's it called? Chin chin and peanuts, yeah, snacks. So but after the class she told me that she felt very inspired. I'm not sure what part of the lecture really hit her so strongly, but I mean she said that it really had a strong impact on her and she took her business to the next level. She's got a job, so for many of you who have jobs who are wondering if I can do business, that is your answer. She has a job here, full-time job, and she's still able to run her business. And everyone here in the office supports her business. We all support her business. So she began a class about 2 weeks ago, and it's been progressing very well. And that came from Business 101. It was a very nice lecture. So if you haven't watched the video on YouTube, go to YouTube and watch the video. So again, before I bring on Jennifer, for those of us who are here, you can go to your WhatsApp now quickly, take the link of this video and share like a broadcast, right? There's a way you can broadcast, am I correct? Yes. Not your status or broadcast, just broadcast the link to your contact so that those who should be here can join us quickly. Sorry? Yeah, so the link is on the group. The mentorship group on WhatsApp or on Telegram. You can copy the link and just broadcast it and share to your friends and loved ones and let them know that we are live online. We're also contemplating moving this class to YouTube. So we'll put that to a vote later on the group so that we can decide if we should continue on Telegram or if we should move it to YouTube or we use OPS. OBS, yeah. And then maybe we can broadcast both on Telegram and on YouTube and maybe other platforms like Facebook and Instagram. So the team is working strongly on that, and then we'll get to you guys with the updates. All right, Jennifer, come and tell us. You have to come closer, they'll hear you here too.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Onoja and I'm a team, but last class I was not a team, I was a student. So I think one thing I learned from the class the last time was competition. I've always had this wrong thinking about competition that whenever I see someone doing what I'm doing, right, instead of me to like lower myself and then go close to the person, how you doing this stuff, how you think this thing is keeping.
Yeah. Yes, it's good.
Okay. So instead of me to like go to close to the person or watch the person from afar to like how you doing this stuff, what's making yours different, why are you all successful, I'll be like kind of no, I'm doing the wrong thing. Let me try to beat this person. But from the class I discovered that that's not how to do things. Your competitors are not your enemies. They are your, like, let me say, they are your teachers. And I think I learned a lot from that and I changed my thinking. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, so speaking of competition, I think that in that the video recap, we should ensure. I don't think we have any clip on the competition part. Did we do any clip on that? So that's what I'm saying, right? So let us please do a serious, review of that video and do new cuts, as many as possible with all of those, strong point lines, okay? All right, guys. So last month we began with Business 101, and a lot was said. We talked about knowing when to sell and knowing when to learn. We talked about knowing what to sell and knowing where to sell it. We also spoke about the skill of trade and the trade of skills. And then we began talking about what sells. And under that, we began to discuss understand your territory, understand the gap, understand the product, understand the market, understand access. Then it was somewhere in here that we said if you are trying to learn the market, you must learn the competition. And in learning the competition, you come to see that your competitors are not your enemies, really, because sometimes you should get inspired by your competitors. There are things that they're doing that will show you what to do and what not to do. So many of us who are hating our competitors should be learning from our competitors, not to hate them. They're not your enemies, really. They're in the market to sell. You're in the market to sell. So if you think they are bad, that means they also think you're bad, really. So there's so much room and so much space for everyone in the market. I mean, we have billions and billions of people around the globe. So whatever it is you're doing, I promise you, there's room for everyone. So learn from your competitors. See what they're doing, learn from what they're doing right, and learn from what they're doing wrong. We also spoke about understanding your territory, okay? Because the way that I sell in Metama is not the same way I will sell in Maraba, right? The way I sell in Lagos is not the way I will sell in Ida, right? The way I sell in the UK, for example, is not the way I will sell in Dubai. Because the things that sells in certain regions will not sell in the other region. The point here is that regions determine value, okay? There are things that are valuable only because of the place where they are sold. So you need to understand the territory that you're selling because that will help you define what is most appropriate to sell in those regions, all right? Okay, so you said there was a question. So let me try and answer someone who left a question before now. 2 questions. Yeah, okay. So my question is it good to start learning handwork at 30 plus or not? Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? Like if you're over 30, yes. If you're not over 30 yet, she's 20 something, 21, 22, 23. For those who want to marry you, for in case you're interested, Ira is 23 years old and she's just learning a new skill or improving her skill rather. So yeah, Kentucky Fried Chicken began that brand, I think either in his 50s or 60s. I'm not sure now, I don't know, assume. But he was over 50 anyways, confirmed. So you can learn a new trade. We began like our hotel 2 years ago and I was over 40. And that's our first try in that industry, but I was already over 40. I'm 44 today, okay? So if you're over 30 and even 40 and even 50, you can learn a new trade, okay? So it's never too late to learn, never too late to learn. So if you're the one who asks that question, write it boldly on your wall and paste it, never too late to learn. So the next question, you can say that. Okay, so good. So what I'll try to do now is, let me pick it up from where we stopped. So where we stopped was Business 101. So we want to call this class Business 102. All right? So we'll call this class Business 102. So I'm sorry that we're starting the lecture a little bit earlier because, like I said, I want to make sure that we are done before 5 o'clock. All right, Eka Elizabeth, you're welcome. Sonny Ajine, have I called his name? I think so. No, I'm not sure. Miriam, you're welcome. Okay, my cousin is here. Mama is here. My niece and my daughter is here. Ehi Maria is here. Abraham Ajiboye, I think I've called his name. Olua, you're welcome. Jason, I don't know if I've called Jason. Jason, you're welcome. Miriam, Abo Idoko, you're welcome. Kumar Clary, you're welcome. Amon Manuel, welcome. Comfort. I'm saying China. Why is she said as China Comfort? Comfort, you're welcome. My niece is here too. Elizabeth, good to see you. Welcome. You were the Abigail. That should be my niece as well. My cousin. You're welcome. Jacob Akwode, you're welcome. Sivita Nguta. That's not a Nigerian name. Certainly not a Nigerian name. Siveta Nguto, you're welcome. God bless you. All right, so can we start the lecture now? Huh? Call to action. Okay, yeah. So call to action, please share the link again with your friends. Let's start the lecture properly. It's almost 3:20 Nigerian time, so I'll try and do this in a short while. So we can allow more room for commentaries and for questions because last time we didn't have enough room at all for questions. I also want to know there's a gentleman who asked us about perfumes that we reach out to. I'd like to know how he's doing. So if you're there with us today, please let us know how you're doing after the class, okay? So can we start now? Can we start the class now? All right, good. So we're going to begin this lecture and I will call this Business 102, a continuation of Business 101. So if you were not here last month, please go back to the YouTube channel and watch Business 101. I think that's what it's called on YouTube. Yeah, on the Apeh Harrison YouTube channel. Apeh Harrison channel on the YouTube page, okay?